Have you ever looked around and wondered why some people seem to bend reality in their favor, while others stay trapped in the same loop of problems year after year? Here's the unfiltered truth. Your weaknesses aren't harmless imperfections. They are invisible saboteurs, quietly destroying your potential every single day. Most people think weakness is just part of who they are, but it's not. Weakness is a decision, and every day you continue to choose it. You reinforce your own chains. Machiavelli understood something most people still refuse to see. The world doesn't reward kindness, it rewards competence. It rewards those who know how to control themselves, and by extension, control their surroundings. He once said, "Everyone sees what you seem to be, but only a few know who you truly are." And that's the harsh reality. Society will smile at your goodness, but it will only respect your strength. Today, I'll show you how to recognize the hidden weaknesses that are silently sabotaging your progress, and how to eliminate them before they take everything you've worked for. But first, let's question the foundation. What if all those lessons about being nice, patient, and forgiving weren't designed to make you a good person, but to make you an obedient one? 1. Weakness is programmed, not natural. You weren't born weak. You were trained to be weak. From the very beginning, you were taught to apologize for things that weren't your fault, to prioritize everyone else's comfort above your own peace, to avoid confrontation because it's impolite. You were taught to shrink your power so others wouldn't feel small beside you. You were trained to feel guilty for wanting more. That's not morality, that's programming. Society doesn't raise lions, it raises sheep. Predictable, compliant, agreeable. The kind of people who don't question why they feel stuck. Look closely at your daily routine. You wake up and immediately check your phone, allowing the world to dictate your thoughts before you've even decided your direction. You say yes to things you don't want, because saying no makes you uncomfortable. You downplay your success so no one feels jealous, and by doing that, you punish yourself for winning. You avoid difficult conversations because you fear temporary conflict, but what you create instead is permanent damage. Machiavelli once said, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must be both." But society has trained you to be neither. It has trained you to be prey. Every time you stay silent when you should speak up, every time you tolerate disrespect, every time you justify someone's bad behavior, you feed this program. And the worst part, it convinces you that prioritizing yourself is selfish, that setting boundaries is cruel, that wanting more is greed. But the powerful don't live by those rules. They made those rules for you. The good news? Once you see the code, you can rewrite it. Start asking yourself, does this belief help me grow, or does it keep me small? When someone calls you too ambitious, understand, they're just afraid of what your ambition exposes in them. When people say you've changed, take it as confirmation that you're evolving beyond their control. 2. Weakness turns you into a target. Here's a brutal truth about life. There are only two kinds of people: those who take and those who get taken from. Your weaknesses are not invisible. They broadcast to the world. This person can be manipulated. In your workplace, who climbs higher? The one who works the hardest, or the one who plays the game with precision? The one who waits for recognition, or the one who ensures their value cannot be ignored? In relationships, who holds the power? The one who fears losing the other, or the one who's willing to walk away? The one who begs for respect, or the one who demands it through action? When you show weakness, people test you. They push a little more each time, until they learn exactly how much disrespect you'll tolerate. You teach them that your time, your voice, your energy can be taken without consequence. Machiavelli said, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." That doesn't mean cruelty. It means being a person whose boundaries have weight, whose lines are not negotiable. Being feared doesn't mean people are afraid of you. It means they think twice before crossing you. It means your time is respected because your reaction is predictable and costly. It means your words carry power because you don't give them carelessly. When you allow weakness to lead you, you teach others that disrespecting you has no price. Your hesitation becomes their leverage. Your fear becomes their control. And once people learn that they can manipulate you, they may still use you, but they will never respect you again. Even the ones who benefit from your compliance secretly look down on you for it. Say it to yourself. I choose respect over approval, strength over comfort. 3. Comfort is the quiet killer. Comfort is the most seductive trap ever built. It whispers safety, but delivers stagnation. Most people spend their entire lives seeking comfort, not realizing it's the very thing that's destroying them. When life is too easy, growth becomes optional. And when growth stops, decay begins. Look at the people around you. Same job for years, same complaints, same routines, same regrets. That's not stability. That's decay disguised as peace. Comfort slowly murders potential, one small decision at a time. Every easy choice you make becomes a brick in the wall between you and your future. Your dreams don't collapse overnight. They fade quietly, under the weight of your comfort zone. Just like muscles weaken without resistance, your confidence and resilience die without challenge. When you only do what's familiar, you start doubting your ability to survive what's not. You start mistaking safety for happiness. Machiavelli wrote, "He who wishes to foresee the future must study the past." And the pattern has always been the same. Those who fear discomfort today pay with regret tomorrow. The person who avoids hard conversations ends up trapped in toxic relationships. The one who fears risk gets left behind while others rise. The one who refuses to push their body becomes a prisoner of it later. The one who avoids emotional pain ends up living a numb, empty life. Every great person you admire learned to befriend discomfort. They didn't wait for confidence to appear. They acted without it. They took the risk and made the call and had the confrontation and faced the fear and became stronger for it. While others sought comfort, they sought growth. And eventually, that discomfort became their new comfort. Say it again. I embrace discomfort as the price of my evolution. 4. The 4 lies that destroy your power. Let's expose the myths that keep you weak. Lie 1. Good things come to those who wait. Wrong. Good things come to those who act while others wait. The world doesn't reward patience. It rewards movement. Lie 2. Everyone deserves respect. No. Respect is earned through discipline and results. When you give it freely to those who don't deserve it, you cheapen your own worth. Lie 3. Just be yourself and people will like you. That's false. The unrefined version of yourself attracts mediocrity. The sharpened, unapologetic version of yourself will make some people uncomfortable, and that's exactly the point. Lie 4. Everything happens for a reason. That's the comfort of victims, not victors. Things happen because of choices, action, and strategy, not fate. Machiavelli once wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few know what you truly are." Stop appearing weak by believing these lies. They exist to keep you obedient and waiting, instead of creating and leading. Say it with conviction. I reject comfortable lies and embrace uncomfortable truths. 5. Replace emotion with calculation. This is where most people lose the game. They make emotional choices and then try to rationalize them later. Winners do the opposite. They calculate first, then allow emotion to follow purpose. When someone disrespects you, emotion screams, "Get angry." Calculation whispers, "What response protects my long-term position?" And when opportunity knocks and fear whispers, "What if I fail?" Calculation asks, "What's the real cost of not trying?" When manipulation creeps in and you start to doubt yourself, calculation steps in. What do they want from me? Emotional decision-making keeps you reactive, predictable, easy to read. Calculated decision-making makes you untouchable. Because when people can't predict your emotions, they can't control your behavior. Before reacting, ask yourself, what outcome do I actually want here? Before engaging, ask, will this matter in 6 months? Before arguing, ask, am I protecting my ego or my empire? Machiavelli said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does later." The difference is clear. The wise act with reason. The fool reacts with emotion. This doesn't mean becoming cold or heartless. It means mastering your emotions instead of letting them master you. Your emotions are information, not instruction. They tell you what matters, but not what to do next. True power comes when your heart feels, but your mind decides. Your emotions reveal what matters to you, but your calculations decide what's worth your energy. Your feelings tell you something excites you. Your logic determines whether it deserves your effort. Your heart tells you that someone has hurt you. Your strategy decides whether confronting them serves your power or just feeds your pride for a moment. Most people get this backwards. They allow emotions to steer the ship, then act surprised when they keep crashing into the same walls. They respond to disrespect with instant anger, turning small conflicts into full-blown wars. They make career moves out of fear, instead of evaluating opportunity with precision. They stay trapped in miserable relationships because the idea of loneliness feels scarier than the slow death of staying. That's why they repeat the same cycles, year after year, situation after situation, always reacting, never directing. If you want to step into real strength, you must reverse the process. Let your emotions speak, but let your logic decide. You can't control how you feel, but you can control what you do with what you feel. Say this with me. I command my emotions. They do not command me. 6. The power of strategic detachment. Here's a truth that will shift your entire reality. The moment you grow too attached to an outcome, you surrender your influence over it. Because attachment makes you visible, predictable, and easily manipulated. When you need approval, you give away control to whoever can grant it. When you need that one job, the employer suddenly has all the leverage. When you need that relationship to work, the other person senses your desperation and loses respect instantly. True power lives in strategic detachment. You aim for the best possible result, but remain ready to walk away if it doesn't align with your standards. That's how the strong stay calm in chaos, because they know they have alternatives. Machiavelli once said, "A promise made was necessary once. A promise broken is necessary now." It means reality changes, and so must your attachments. Never build your empire on someone else's choices. Always have multiple paths. Plan B, Plan C, Plan D. Because when you're not desperate, you make decisions that serve your future, not your fears. When you stop chasing validation, your value rises. When you stop clinging to outcomes, you finally gain the freedom to shape them. Remember this: my peace is created within me, not granted by anyone outside me. 7. Become the consequence. Now comes the final truth, and it might sting a little. Stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Stop defending your decisions to those who don't live with their results. And stop apologizing for existing boldly in a world that worships quiet obedience. You are not here to make everyone comfortable. You are not here to shrink so others feel tall. You are not here to apologize for demanding more from life than mediocrity. Machiavelli said, "It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles." Meaning, your worth doesn't come from labels. It comes from how you move through the world. Become the person whose presence shifts energy without saying a word. The person who doesn't need to boast about power, because everyone can feel it. The one who doesn't need to prove worth, because results already speak for them. The one who doesn't explain choices, because success is their explanation. When you truly embody strength, you no longer perform it. When confidence becomes who you are, you stop trying to convince anyone you have it. When success becomes your standard, others adapt to you. That's what it means to become the consequence. Not through anger, not through force, but through the quiet dominance of identity. Today, you've seen the real map of power. You learned that weakness isn't harmless, it's a strategic flaw. You saw how society programs obedience, how comfort kills ambition, and how emotional control separates leaders from followers. You discovered why detachment multiplies your leverage, and how becoming the consequence makes you untouchable. This isn't about becoming cold. It's about becoming composed. Not cruel, but calculated. Not emotionless, but emotionally disciplined. If this message opened your eyes, if it helped you see your weakness differently, don't just watch, act. Hit the like button. Share this with someone who's still asleep to their potential. And subscribe to The Machiavelli Effect, where we turn awareness into strategy and strategy into power. Because, remember, your weakness is not your identity. It's a habit you can unlearn, starting right now.